certified neighborhood hero. You can try one of those, better not try with me though. Hey.
Bring it in. Roll it down by 2. We're gonna go out here, run this play for the win. Let's go get it. I formation, 28 sweeps, blue 14. Watch left.
We to the man, Atlanta hat cop to the left, turn to the back. Try to see we weren't having that. Sit with your ad, drop it out with Alabama ad. That would get for trying to battle rap.
Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor and M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Tight end to the right, boys. Tight end to the right. Move.
180! 180!
This is Lamar Miller. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27.
Crash,
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Good night, baby. Good night, baby.
And, Brandon, as we continue to see, so much of the influence on this game is now coming from those hybrid-type players. In this case, strong safety, not worried about covering the pass. What a play on the run.
Tackled for a loss.
Yeah, forget the pregame introductions. He introduced himself with authority on that play.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
180!
He's going to air one out. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13.
180! 180!
Check nickel.
11!
From the gun, Garoppolo. And this is on. Mercedes Lewis with a grab. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore 1st down.
Next time, son.
11. 12, fellas, here we go.
Let's go, D.
Say hut.
That's the Lizzie Stadium. Jay Ajayi.
Hot.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Casey Hayward makes the tackle.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Here we go. 180!
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We
Garoppolo throw on 2nd down. Drops it off to Ajayi. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame.
Staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Big Geno Atkins there to bring him down.
Let's go.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping Those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Watch A9, watch A9, he's yours.
Black 80! White 80!
Over there, single receiver.
White. 6! I'll send you. Here we go. Hurry up!
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
They can't move the ball on us.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. To throw Garoppolo. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. And he gets this one. Look at this. This is a good one.
Check hot route. Hot. 56, the mic, boys. 56. Check 56.
Got it!
I got him.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
And that was a good run. This was only one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards in 2017, and I think you can't let him run wild here.
What do you think, 100 yards, the measuring stick?
Always. That is the threshold. You want to keep him under that if you want to play good defense.
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
So the delay of game penalty backs him up. It's now 2nd and 7.
21.
Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo.
11.
Odd.
5.
Stand up in. Check down.
5-8.
On play action. Now Breeze wants the football. And the Ravens have got it. A defensive-minded coach loves to bring the heat, brought the heat there, and it worked out.
And nowadays, all those defensive-minded coaches, for them, it's all about getting the football. I went into one facility, and as soon as you walked into the defensive room, there was a football
21.
spring, and each guy that walks in that plays
11.
has to act like he's knocking the ball free. They want those instincts created. They want them to think about that all the time, and that's what they try to preach.
Recovery, it's Garoppolo. And it's caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the game.
21.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack is a lot of
I
receivers,
got
tight
you.
ends, because
21,
their ability
21.
to make people miss in the open field
Let him know.
can
21,
really generate
21. Here
big
we go.
plays for an offense.
No. Off.
11.
Second. Eluding the pressure right. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. But it looked like a Raven was able to get in there, and they will indeed keep the possession.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, he didn't try to find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And Tucker's kick right there, it's good. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach, when he ordered the field goal, please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs, so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Single.
5-8. 5-5. Pull down.
Come on, baby. Come on, let's go.
5-1. 49. Check 49.
Ready, my check. First down. Breeze.
Kill.
And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
So we've seen some good pressure defensively already here in the first quarter. Here's another good example.
Hot.
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Atta boy, baby.
Here we go, 21. 5-8.
Breeze again here on 2nd and 10. Throw left side complete. That's Cole.
Good
A gain
job.
of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
Too easy.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie,
All day, baby,
you
all
enter
day.
the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target
boys, we got
for a really nice
12.
game.
12.
58, the mic.
5-8. Under. 21.
Throwing that first down is Breeze. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Here we go.
Daniil Hunter able to get in and run him down for a loss of 14.
Good. 5-4. Ready.
Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out.
Here we go. 11. Under. 5-8. 95-56.
Tighten up.
Got it.
Check, go back. We got motion. Back up.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. Third down now. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hey, 58 is a mine.
Throw with Breeze.
Let's go, one more.
And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion.
Here we go. Double tight.
And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. Up from the secondary to make the tackle, Jalen Ramsey.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Got it.
Now second down is a Gurley. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10.
12. Right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. 5-8. Oh, here we go. Mike 50. Got it.
Breeze now on first down. That's complete to the tight end Hireman. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there, and if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Eleven. 4 down. Ready. Yellow 80. High 4. 36. 80. Wait,
Wants the football. And the Ravens got it.
Can we get some forensics done here? Because I need to figure out.
Put on that ball.
Yeah,
we got it.
The guys carrying the ball. What's going on? Back-to-back drives. Back-to-back fumbles. That just doesn't make a whole lot of sense if you're coming out here to play in the NFL.
I don't think the coaching staff thinks it makes a whole lot of sense either.
No, maybe there'll be changes, but if nothing else, there will be a few stern talking tos, that's for sure.
11. 4 down.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. And hits Jermaine Kearse. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That goes for a gain of 31.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Here we go. Wait, 80! 1, Omaha.
First down carry out for Miller. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Double tight, guys. Double tight.
11.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Being chased out left. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a first down.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10.
Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
Hey, gun.
3 down.
13.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. Flushed out right. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And it looks like Steeler football. It is.
Damn.
A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand. Put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
Watch out.
Here we go. Got it.
56 is the mic.
Trying to start early. And he is going to be stuck cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Right there.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go.
21.
That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed
12.
up.
11. Got it.
Motion.
Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. We're back to Baltimore after this. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
21. 12.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56.
Under.
Watch the run.
Shotgun now. Breeze.
Safe.
Going left side, it's complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, they've already allowed 3 sacks in this first half. Now a holding penalty.
So I think drastic measures had to be taken, right? The regular way was not working. He was getting hit almost every snap. It felt like they had to try and keep him upright.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and
11.
long? From the gun, it's Breeze. He's going to rifle one deep left. He rifles one that's intercepted.
Blitz.
And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
All day, every day.
All right, let's go ahead and just add it up here. Their last 3 drives, 2 fumbles and an interception. Somewhere, to paraphrase one of the great coaches of the NFL, they're asking on that sideline, what the heck is going on out there?
Tight right. Hey.
180.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo underneath for Miller. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Hey, gun.
Watch tight. Tight end right.
13.
We got 4.
Go ahead.
Motion.
65.
Check.
11.
Mike, 22.
Sit hot.
From the gun, it's over the middle here, it's Hilton. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
Tight end right. 4 down.
Here we go. 180.
Mike, 22. He's coming. 22.
Go ahead.
Here we go.
And finding the tight end Hooper. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and
21.
This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 pass completions, and look at they've got a 1st and goal. And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
Double tight.
180! 180!
Check, 93's the mic.
13! 13!
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4.
Yeah,
The
baby.
Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and
11,
goal.
11, 11, 11.
Hey, guys.
120! 180!
Stand up over there. Check, 93's the mic. 93's the mic. You better be afraid of me.
21, 21.
Be afraid of me.
Say hut!
Working from the gun, Garoppolo.
Check.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Give me the ball every time,
T.Y.
fellas. I'm gonna
Hilton,
score.
as the first half is winding down. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Isaiah McKenzie now on the return. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Final 10 seconds of the half as they've got it 1st and 10.
Trying
to shake out the interception. He'll look to throw. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half.
13.
This is 2nd and long.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
11. Good. 5-4, ready. 5-4.
Sponge.
The final shot before half for Breeze.
Showing eight.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. So we're at halftime here in the Inner Harbor with the hometown Ravens on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or do they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better.
Third quarter starts with a run by Gurley. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Getting out a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed up quickly at the end.
Got 4 down.
Wait, set.
Second down, here's Breeze. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Crash.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick up on his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers
21.
as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Hey, easy.
That boy's got 4 down.
Got it. Ready for set.
They'll try to pick up the first quick early. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That good for 19 and a first down.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team is showing no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-round. They want to throw the football like crazy.
But the
21,
way
21. To open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start. Play
fake here on first down. He's lost the football. But it looked like the Steelers were able to recover, and they will indeed hold on to the ball. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defense is talking about. Getting the other way, or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. Exactly right. A lost opportunity.
It's a pickup of 17 there, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
Well, it looks like they caught him off guard on 2nd and very long by running the football. All right, we always talk about tendency breakers and counters and doing things opposite the grain, and that worked very well for them. Picked up really nice yardage, but they still have a lot of work to do on 3rd down.
Big play coming up. Here's expect to see some pressure here. And the blitz does come. And this is going to be incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Here we go.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th. The throw, it's Breeze. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. He'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Go ahead.
22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike.
13. 11. 11. 21.
Kill.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
Tight ends on the Ringo.
Here we go. 180.
4 down. Alert.
And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
13.
Yes! 3rd and 2. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Kick 47. This one looks good as well. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
Maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, let's loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
5-8, 5-8. Kill. 5-4. Kill.
Trouble and the ball's out. This will be recovered at least by the offense, but he'll be taken down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Go ahead.
Double tight. Hey, 4 down.
Black 80! 180!
Mike 22, he's coming. 20.
Black! 11.
I'm coming.
Check. Oh, he's got it wide open, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Hey. 4 down.
They'll run it down out of the gun. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out. But running game can really benefit your team right now.
Dumps it complete to Miller. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down.
3 down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his legs.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker, or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
First down throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. T.Y. Hilton, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens will extend their lead. And man, Charles, talk about zinging something in there. Those gloves, they help with batting for a rocket like that.
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this, after that throw, his hands will hurt later. Not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
Yeah, a little stinger, but a touchdown. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
5 down. Stand up in. Got it. Under 10. 10.
Turn out on the ground Gurley. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit,
Here we go.
they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
21.
Hey, 2.
11. Mike, 56. Hey, pick your
5-5. 95, 56.
Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. Third down now.
Crash.
He has still not connected on a single pass in this second half.
And right now, they're going through all the different reasons, the whys, the wherefores. Bottom line, got to find some completions in there and get their offense moving.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Tight right.
Ready. Yellow waiting.
5 down. Stand up in.
21.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
Crash.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes.
Here we go.
They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on fourth down.
Tight is right.
12.
We got 3.
11.
58 to Mike, 58.
5-8. Over.
All day, be over.
They do go for it. He sets to fire deep.
Hey, alert 3.
It's caught at the 25. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Checking things elsewhere. Third quarter now from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. That one has really opened up. The Vikings have just scored. Now Breeze. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him
break it
on
down,
to
fellas,
the
break
team.
it down.
Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after it. It's his. He only hit.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Todd Gurley with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. Solid job up front.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Extra point good by Gostkowski. And that will shave one more off this lead. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football. But they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bathema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo. When you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
Okay, Paul, we got 4.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Geno Atkins, the Pro Bowler, in there on the stop. The Ravens on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3.
11.
Quad.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete.
Blitz.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Only a yard on the third down throw, and that leads to a 4th down. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Alert! Alert!
White 20! White 80! Black!
58, boys. 58. 58. It's Mike.
Flush to his right. And no, it's incomplete. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A beautiful fake. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Todd Gurley with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Steelers have now made this a one-score game. Gostkowski with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Tight end right.
180! 180!
That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block, it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
13! 13!
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down.
Man up, D.
Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
180! 180!
Complete. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Black 80! 180! I got you.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. Nowhere to go. He wants the football. And it looks like Steeler football. It is.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down. Big edge.
Pushing and fighting his way in for a Steeler touchdown. Todd Gurley taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Steelers have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter.
We eat out here. Let's go.
There you go, there we
So
go.
a big play now as the Steelers will go for two.
Watch the shift. Watch the shift.
95-56, 95-56.
Check three.
Got it.
Over. Roy.
They'll try to run it with Gurley. And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they've upped their lead to 3. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. Uses the spin. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions.
11.
But some are worse than
Everyone's got
others.
four
You can
down.
have an empty possession, pump the ball
13,
away, get yourself
13.
set to play. When you turn it over, you can change.
Under pressure, and they got to him again.
Man, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Second down, and it's incomplete. He was looking to get it to his running back, Lamar Miller, and it's 3rd down.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and 1. Looking to throw. Garoppolo setting up the screen for Miller. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll bring up 4th down. Time for a break.
They don't want it,
We're
fellas.
back to see
They
what happens
don't
after
want it.
this.
Keep playing hard, fellas. All
One
right.
score down. Here we go. They're going to go
Let's
for
get
it
it.
here on 4th down.
Black 80.
Now Garoppolo, gotta have this one. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a 1st down. So now it may look bleak, but this one not over. They do have all 3 timeouts.
Even at this point on the field, where it looks like, you're really backed up, hold them to a field goal. That's the mantra right now. You hold them to a field goal. You still have to take care of business on the other end. But you're right. The 3 timeouts are going to be key. How well they use them to preserve clock as well as stopping them, that's the key to giving them the chance to win.
And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game.
Odd. 5 down. Stand up in. Shift.
Over.
56.
And he went nowhere. He went backwards, back to the 33. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Got it.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Here we go.
This 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long.
11. 12. 21.
To throw is Breed.
Outside coming.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets it down to the 32.
Yeah, baby.
Ravens going to use their third and final timeout, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. A big spot now for Stephen Gostkowski. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And that's off the right upright. Thought it might sneak in, but it did not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So points so crucial in a tight game like this, but this kick off the goalpost, and that'll keep the score right where it is.
Yeah, it wouldn't have made this a two-score game, but any cushion this late definitely would have helped. Now they need to ask their defense for another stop, and that's going to require some work.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
4 down.
Go ahead.
Hey, what?
11.
They'll look to throw. It's caught on the left side by Kurz.
Hurry up.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the
Hey, gun.
40-yard line. Just a
11,
yard on the
11.
catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure, and if you have a big-time pass rusher, send them after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
Hey, go.
Play.
11.
Mike 22, he's coming.
2.
He's back to throw. And that is incomplete.
Yes.
4th down now, and defensively, Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, overexcited, and blow an assignment and give up the big first down.
Even.
6.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's got Kurz.
Blitz.
20, 10, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Jermaine Kurz, his 2nd touchdown of the season, and the Ravens have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. Now Tucker to add the PAT. Tucker with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution.
13. Under.
Hey, that QB's trapped.
4 down.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, 2nd down.
Crash down.
So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the
36. Okie.
Hey. 4 down.
5-4. Under.
Check 31.
Check.
He'll look to throw.
Hey, check 24.
catch there. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the fourth. Breeze now 8 of 17 so far, under 50%.
Strong left.
11. Hey, two. Got it.
Me. I got him. I got most.
4 down.
I got this.
5-4.
6, Mike.
95, 56. Ready, my shot.
Breeze to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Hey, check 24.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and
21.
10.
Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo.
Got it.
Odd.
My
5.
shot.
Back to throw. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there.
Put your hands
He
on
doesn't
him.
get a
Get
lot,
hands
but
on
he
motion
was able to
man.
get the feet down complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Here we go.
The Steelers on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
11. 13.
5 down. Stand up in.
21.
56. Mike, 56 right there.
12. 5-5.
Drop deep.
5-1.
Rush 6.
Right side.
Again, that throw with Breeze.
6
Now a
guys.
desperation throw deep downfield. And this is caught inside the 5. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there with time running out. And the Steelers have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. Gostkowski, the extra point. Checking the NFL scoreboard there in the fourth now in Minneapolis. And the Vikings able to take home the victory there. If they indeed win, it would be win number 9 on the season. This will be taken in at the 1. And now he pulls him over. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of
11.
bounds, gain some yardage. When the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range? Or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds...
This is caught inside the 15. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. T.Y. Hilton with time running out. And the Ravens have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. Tucker now to add the point after. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And it would appear, barring some late heroics, they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Steelers. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about on defense in this situation.
They can cover all their bases. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit. to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Tight end's right. Watch tight.
5-8.
Squeezing in here on 2nd and 10. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And I think that one might have been intercepted.